Today we'll be replacing a timer and solenoid. This is the valve or valve body, and in this place the solenoid will go, and I'll show you how to put that in a moment. To attach the solenoid to the timer, you will go red to positive and black to negative, and you just go ahead and slide those in and then screw them down. To screw them down, you're going to need a little screwdriver that fits into these little screws. Your solenoid consists of a few parts. The first is going to be this little blue piece. It screws directly into the valve body. So get that in, make sure you screw it in straight and get it hand tight. Next step is going to be this little gray ring. Put that on, and you're going to just use it to make sure you're all the way tight. And then do the final position. Sorry about that. Final position is going to be at about whatever o'clock that is, 5 o'clock or so. And I'll show you why this is going to be used for manually turning the valve on and on to bypass the timer. I'll show you that later. So the operation of the solenoid is basically pushing this little plunger in and out. When it's pushed out, it presses against that little hole in there and stops the flow, and when it sucks back in, the water is allowed to flow. That's pretty much how this whole thing operates. We have to make sure that that spring is in the hole of the plunger and not floating freely in the solenoid body. I'm going to put these two together. Here they are together, and for the purpose of putting this on, I'm going to press this in until it sticks, so that way it doesn't fall out. If that thing falls out, then usually the spring gets stuck in the solenoid body and you have to take it out. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt because it's magnetic in there. So here I have the solenoid attached to the timer, and our last step is to screw it into the valve body here. Make sure you don't cross thread. That's if cross thread is when it's a slightly off angle, and that'll strip the thread. So you want to be careful to get a clean screw in, and then you screw it all the way down once it's cleanly in there. So we're going to do a little quick check to make sure that this is operating the solenoid properly. Right now the plunger is sucked in because we pressed it in. So when we press set and plus to manually turn it on, it thinks it's on already, so you won't hear anything. But when we hit set and minus now to turn the manual off, it should press the plunger back out. You should hear it click. And so you're just going to go back and forth. Just listen to it, and you can hear it operating. To bypass the timer and manually turn the system on, you can use this little gray tab here, and you just turn it about half a turn, not even half a turn, and you should hear the water flowing. And to turn it back, you just turn it all the way back until the water stops. That is for manual operation bypassing the timer. Good tool. That's it from your friends at Common Vision. Good luck out there.